Let's talk about the elephant in the room right now. I know everybody's thinking it. You guys all thinking it. I've thought it for the past week. I desperately need a haircut. I can't get one yet. I'm getting it tomorrow. My barber has not been available, but I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. So don't talk about my haircut in the comment section. But obviously by the title, that's not what the video is about today. We're going to talk about Honkai Star Rail today because there's two main reasons why I want to talk about this game right now. The first reason is because their major patch got delayed. I don't think this is news. This has been out there for a while. But the second reason is what came after that. The fact that they delayed their 4.0 patch and the compensation that they're giving to their players is 1,000 stellar jades. Yeah, that's not even a 10 pool. So that's why I really want to talk about this, because even with a major inconvenience that they know is a major inconvenience for their player base, they're giving them a minor compensation for this major inconvenience. So before we really get into this topic about that, if you want to turn that into a 10 pool and you don't know how and you want to do it for cheaper because they're not helping you out, Honkai is not helping you out, you can use LD Shop. Cue that. A website where you can get your game's currency like Genshin Impact at an insane 15% off. It makes topping up much more affordable. Like in Honkai Star Rail, if you want to get Dahlia, they have a bundle that lets you guarantee her. Like, it's so much cheaper, you can get a top that's about $100 for literally $77. And it's super easy to use too. All you gotta do is head to the website using my link, which will also give you a 5% discount for up to $50. Click the game you want to top up for, enter your UID, click the pack that you want, follow through for checking out, and boom, you got your order within minutes. It's super fast, really easy, and very convenient because it's cheaper than topping up in the game. It's also extremely reliable. A lot of people use it, and if it's your first time using it, you get a 15% discount. On top of that, if you spend $80, you get a free game pass that you can claim in the homepage. It's free money. Thank you, LD Shop, for sponsoring this video, and I know y'all need that because they're really not even giving you a 10 pull. That shit is wild. I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about a couple of things revolving this because I've been seeing a few videos on YouTube and things circulating about Honkai Star, about the game's falling off. Oh, the Twitch viewership is so low, which honestly, the Twitch viewership being low really doesn't matter because the game is still making a lot of money. They don't really care that much about how the general Twitch viewership is doing because they know that when a major patch comes out, that's when the majority of people play the game. So in a random day 27 of a patch, if the viewership is like 600 viewers on Twitch, they're not gonna give a fuck. People don't want to sit down and watch people farm relics in their game for 6 hours a day when they already have to do that shit themselves too. But what the main point about this brought up to me, and I was thinking about it, is the fact like, if people are upset about this, what other game are they gonna play? Because Honkai Star Rail doesn't really have any competition. So to actually pinpoint my point and show you where I'm coming from, I want to rewind for a second and just talk about a couple of things, okay? So first of all, when Genshin Impact came out, it was widely considered the most popular open world gacha game by far. Like, nothing could even come close to it. Following the success of Genshin Impact coming out, other games wanted to get a piece of the pie, so they started making their own open world gacha games. The issue was the fact that they wanted to get a slice of the pie, but they didn't want to use a door-made knife and make an actual legitimate good game. For example, the first game everybody was saying was going to be the Genshin killer was Tower of Fantasy. And yes, I know it's an MMO, but it was titled the Genshin Killer because it was a gacha anime-styled open world RPG. It ain't killed nothing. They still trying over there, but they need to try a little bit harder, you know what I mean? And because of that, Genshin Impact was like, all right, well, we have no competition, so honestly, we don't gotta change nothing. We just gonna keep doing what we doing, stay in our lane, because obviously that's why we're #1 right now. That's why we're getting the most revenue. That's why we're the most popular. That's why people gravitate towards our game, because of what we do with our game. So why would we change anything? We're already winning. In that thought process, they didn't even consider changing it until Wuthering Waves came to be. And all of you that hate Wuthering Waves glazing, don't click off the video, because I'm not about to be glazing Wuthering Waves for the next 10 minutes. I already do that in enough of my videos. I do that in way more videos than, well, not, I honestly should do it a little bit more. But I'm not gonna glaze Wuthering Waves in this video. I just want to use it as a reference for what I'm talking about. I will get back to Honkai Star Rail. I'm just painting the whole picture. For example, Echoloadouts and Wuthering Waves are a great example. As soon as Wuthering Waves decided to add in Echoloadouts, Genshin Impact finally decided to add in something similar, even though their player base has been asking for it since the game launched. Exploration-wise, I'm gonna glitch a little bit. Whoa, what clear is Genshin Impact? Way better movement, better region mechanics, and because of this, Genshin was like, all right, well, we gotta add some shit into our game too. So they added some region mechanics for exploration as well. Even though the main exploration that you want to use that is very comfortable to use is still locked behind a paywall behind characters, they're still trying to sprinkle a little bit inside of there, you know what I'm saying? And then whenever you add other games like Arknight's Enfield, Azure Familia, Silver Palace, Duet Night Abyss, Ananta, all these games are the main games that people are always parroting, saying that these are the games that you can play other than Genshin Impact, which is essentially lighting a fire under Genshin Impact's ass. Even if it only makes them feel like they need to improve the game just a little bit, it still adds pressure to Genshin Impact to make the game better. And this is the problem with Honkai Star Rail. HSR has no one breathing down its neck. No mainstream 3D RPG turn-based gacha game that is here to compete with Honkai Star Rail. There's just none. I think the closest one was Etheria Restart, and we all know how that one turned out. And there are other turn-based gacha games out there like Chaos Zero Nightmare, which people really like a lot, Reverse 1999, even old school ones like Epic 7. They're all good games. They're all really loved games, but none of them are competing with Honkai Star Rail because they're not really in the same exact category. 3D animations, cinematics, the budget, world building, the overall polish of the game, like they're not on the same level objectively as Honkai Star Rail. There is literally no alternative on the same level like Genshin Impact versus Wuthering Waves, or even now Duet Night Abyss, or soon coming to Arknight's Enfield, like games like that. And because of that, Honkai Star Rail is in a position where, regardless of whatever reason they have to delay their game, I don't even care about the reason. Regardless of the reason, they can do it and not really feel so pressured about it because they're like, all right, yeah, so we're gonna delay our game by 2, 3, 4 weeks, our patch by 2, 3, 4 weeks. What you gonna do about it, huh? Play Etheria Restart. I wish you tried. And this is where the phrase competition breeds innovation is real and lost in this sense, because they ain't got no competition, so they ain't gotta innovate for shit. Even whenever it comes to compensation, they don't feel like they need to innovate. Like, think about the Game Awards. Like, previously, whenever Genshin Impact won and they gave compensation to their players, they gave, like, I don't know exactly, but I think it was like 200 Primo Gems over the course of like 5 days or 4 days, amounting to 800 or 1,000. Whereas Wuthering Waves was like, okay, well, we have to one-up them. We'll at least give them a 10 pool. It's still chump change, but we'll at least give them a 10 pool so that they feel complete. They get a whole top 10 pool, and it's not over a course of days. We'll just slap it, throw it into their accounts. The reason why they do this is because companies do care about the competition, and they do care about staying on top, because staying on top means that more people see you, and if more people see you, you're more popular, you're more mainstream. If you're more mainstream, you get more revenue, people talk about you more people come to your game, which means more people to spend money on your game. It's like the entire scheme is like business 101, and Honkai Star Rail doesn't give a fuck about that because they are on top and no one competes with them. To be honest, I don't even give a fuck about the reason why their patch could have been delayed. Like, they could have came out and said, oh man, the Wave's dog died, so we all gotta put a halt to the development of the game. And I would have been sitting here like, damn, rest in peace, this nigga's husky, bro. This motherfucker died. He probably jumped off his 7th yacht, said, I gotta end it all. And I feel for him. That was probably his 7th husky. I feel for my nigga, bro. I would hate to lose my husky. If you feel like you need to delay the patch for 2 weeks, I don't mind, bro. I feel you. I love dogs. He says, all right, we know it's an inconvenience that my dog died. So since we've caused this major inconvenience, we're gonna give you 6 pennies from my $1 million bank account. And I'm gonna be like, God damn it, can I at least get 10 pennies? Why are you giving me 6 pools when you can just give me 10 pools from your $1 billion game? And now we have proof that it's not even that stingy because Wuthering Waves did it. They're doing it for their $1 billion game, bro. So we know companies can do it. We can't be like, oh, they don't want to offset too much money from their new patch. Bro, Bro, Wuthering Waves is just about to have their 3.0 patch, and they gave us a 10 pool. You know why? Because the 10 pool ain't fucking shit, bro. It's still chump change in the grand scheme of things. But what would they say to the people who are complaining? You're complaining? Oh, okay. Well, again, what game you gonna play? A theory restart? I wish you tried. Nigga, take your 6 pennies. It's just a respect, and this is where the common trend of everybody saying Hoyoverse does not respect their players because it's shit like this. The fact that they're not even giving you a whole complete 10 pool, a whole, like, it's disrespectful. Point blank, it's disrespectful, bro. So it's just Honkai Star Rail really needs competition, because if this were to happen in Genshin Impact or even Wuthering Waves, if this were to happen in Wuthering Waves, what would people say? Oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna go play Duet Not Abyss or Arknight's Enfield, or I don't know, Azure Vermilion, whatever comes out, Silver Palace, whatever comes out. What are you gonna do if, while this is happening right now on Honkai Star Rail, what are people gonna do? They're gonna have to say that they're gonna use LD Shop to spend less for the 600 remaining Stellar Jades.